Hi folks, Rich Pasini from rjpasini.com. Come to you today to do a quick demo on Epson 2660 Workforce printer. So let's get to it. Here I'm going to point my webcam down. I'm going to do some screen sharing here, so just to show you some things about it before we get more into it. So I'm going to move my webcam down just to show you the printer. And here's what we got going on here, folks. Alright. As you can see, it is the Epson Workforce 2660. It's pretty clean, overall clean here. This is not no blurriness. This here they put the they left the paper on it still, so it is clean. You know, the printer itself is in pretty clean condition, with little minor light marks on it, little scuff marks here and there on it, but it's nothing bad, nothing that's gonna interfere with any of the printing functions. I can't go any further as far as doing a copy test, like to print out an actual sheet to show you, because when you power it up, I'm gonna power it off, okay, and I'm gonna power it back on again. I'm gonna show you the message it gets. Well, you probably won't be able to see it in there. Let me take the plastic off, folks. I'm gonna put the plastic back on again, so if you are the lucky buyer, don't worry, you'll be getting the plastic again on it. Okay, I'm gonna power it back on. This is Wi-Fi capability, I believe. Here, yeah, it is right over here. It says Wi-Fi, so you should have no problem connecting. I will show you that it does connect. Okay, when it powers on, okay, for some reason, okay, here you go. You might not be able to see it in the screen, but I'm going to read it to you. It says you will need to replace the following ink cartridges: yellow, black, and magenta. Now, then it gives you the button to proceed. So it's touch screen too, by the way, folks. Even though you got the up and down arrows, it is touch screen. So as you can see, you can move it. It says over here, non-printing features are available with the ink expended replace. Okay, the cartridges now. Okay, then it tells you no, remind me later. Yes, replace now. We're gonna do, for demonstration purposes, no, remind me later. Okay, so now you got your screen over here where it says copy, scan, and fax. It doesn't go this way, as far as I know. What you see here is what you get. So if we do a scan, okay, we do computer. Okay, let's see if this is going to work now, because the last time I tried this here, I didn't get it to work, but I want to just see for now. If it doesn't work, it says select the computer. Sometimes you got to work around it, folks. So this is how you work around it. Now it says USB connected. I am connected to my computer. Okay, and we're going to try it again. Now you might keep getting the same thing. It's saying scanning. Okay. I've tried this before, and I didn't really get it to work that way 100%. There's nothing wrong with the printer now. On the split screen here, I don't know if you could see this here. It's showing, it says Epson scan stopped working. Okay, now we're gonna do screen sharing here. I'm gonna show you something. First off, I do want to show you that it does work on a Windows 10 operating system. Okay. It says right over here, Windows Home 10, right, 2016. As you can see, it's on my computer, HP Pavilion. Okay, so now you know it does connect. But just to further, give you a little more proof on that, I'm going to go over here to devices and printers and show you that Windows 10 did acknowledge that the printer is there. Now, over here it says a communication. Check if the computer is connected. Now, it is, but I probably didn't go through the whole full sequel on it as far as the connecting wise, because then I got to take my drivers out, and I added software for this to operate, but I'm going to show you all that there now. Okay, where you can get that software. Okay, now you're looking at the same screen I'm looking at, because we are doing split screen sharing here. Now what happens is, right now I got a message on here you can't see because it's whited out with the glare. It says communication error, check if the computer is connected, click OK. Okay, so you hit OK. I put JPEG. It's at JPEG format, and then it has the blue arrow button here, which you would click on to make it print. I mean, to scan. So with that, the workaround with that is there's nothing wrong with the printer. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. It does work, and I'm going to show you it works. Now over here, you see a green check here. Okay, I'm going to right click that. Well, actually click it on here. Okay, now you see over here it's got open the window, browse, see what's printing, so on and so forth. See here it says start scan. I'm going to click that on. Okay, now you have the window here. Now you can see it, it's recognizing the window, it's recognizing the Epson printer. It says over here, right now they got 2650/26 series, which 2660 series is which this printer is. It is on a flatbed, okay? It is color, and you could adjust the brightness and color over here. You click this button on preview or scan image on a separate file. We'll just preview and see what happens here. So when we click it on, you could see the printer is going. I'm going to kill the background sound so you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that, folks, but that's the printer. It's got the little circle saying scanning on it. Again, I'm sorry about the blurriness, but you know, you can't see, it's whited out. But you can see on the screen sharing that it is scanning. Okay. Okay. Now it's got one new photo. It says photo or video, as you can see here, same thing. You click it now. Okay, just to show you that, to prove it to you what's in there. This is what is in the printer I put in there. Okay, right there. That's what I put in there. It's just an advertisement for us, the food store. Okay, that's what's in there. I'm going to take it out because we're not going to be needing that anymore for the demo. So I'm going to click next over here. And now you see over here. Now you might be wondering, saying, "Wow, it looks a little, you know, shaded out that you can't see it." Well, here's the thing. It all depends on what kind of printing service you're using. As far as like, I'm using Microsoft Express, Print Express, Painted Express. You'll see what I'm talking about, folks. Now, when you click it on here, you see it'll take you to that. This is how it comes out. Okay, so you could see right now that it did print well. Okay, it did print good. You're going to have to play around with the configuration. Okay, that's all I can tell you with that part. You can see you printed it out. This is what came off it. Here you can see right here, do side-by-side comparison. This is what was in the printer, and that's what you see there is what came out of the printer. Okay, so you know a scan feature works. I wish I could go more into the actual photocopying, the print out a demo sheet, but the printer will not let you go any further within this because it wants the cartridge in there. Once you get the cartridges, then you could probably proceed. Well, then most naturally, I know you'll definitely be able to proceed with everything else. You'll be able to do your printer alignment. Once the cartridges are initialized, okay, you'll be able to do all of that stuff. Now, in regards, being I can't print out, I'm going to go back to the menu screen here. I'm going to get out of that scan, and I'm going to go over here. There's a button here. It says Tools. Okay. Now you can't see it, but it shows the ink levels. Okay. Now the ink levels. Let me just move over here. I have the ink levels screen. It's over here somewhere, and I just want to show you that if I can get to it. Let's see here. Let me see. I already had it earlier. Let's see if I can get it now. Nope. Maybe it was on the setups here. Oh, here we go, folks. Now, if you're looking at the same screen I'm looking at, it says right there, Epson replace the cartridges. The only one that seems to have ink in it is the cyan. But it's telling you, just like it said on the print in the beginning when it started, you need black, magenta, and yellow. Once you get those, you should be able to do everything with this printer as needed. Print, scan. Now, the document feeder, I'm not sure. I know it works. I couldn't get it to do the document feeder. I don't know. Again, it might be a setting I don't have on there because I know when you need certain cartridges, when you need cartridges in order to perform other tasks, it wants to get to that level, I guess, in order to make it work functionally, properly. So my thing is, folks, if you are the lucky buyer of this printer, please replace the cartridges prior to performing any other tests. If you get it home and you're testing it out and you're saying it's not work, please don't give up on it. It's going to take a little system configuration. I had to do it on mine. I actually uploaded the software on my computer, and I'm going to show you where you can get it as well. So now you can see it is acknowledging, it is recognizing, the Windows 10 is recognizing the Epson printer. It's showing you the ink levels, okay? It's telling you the cartridge that to replace, okay? So I'm going to minimize that there. I'm going to back out of this, and as you can see, it does scan. Let me go into the other menu here. Let's see what we got for setup here. Tools. Let's see. maintenance. Whoop, I keep going back there. I'm sorry, folks. I hit the wrong thing here. I'm going to show you the network settings to show you that this does detect Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. Now it says Wi-Fi wizard. Okay, setup. I'm going to click it. I'm sorry you can't see this, folks. I would take that off of there. I don't know if that would help, but it says searching for networks. Okay. Okay. The first one is mine. Okay, Fios. I have a Fios here. These are other ones. There's Direct. There's Direct. I guess Direct TV, whatever. This is another one here. You move up there. Let me see. Move down, and you got a whole bunch of Netgear, AFC. I think these might be Optimum Wi-Fi. These may be people's Wi-Fi area in my area that this printer has detected. Now I'm going to use mine for just for demo purposes, and I'm just going to show you it does work. When you click on that, when you select the network, it's going to ask for your password. I'm not going to type my password here because there's no need to. I'm not going to leave it on here because I'm going to erase it anyway. I'm going to restore all the defaults. But once you type in your password, this will connect to the Wi-Fi. So it does detect the Wi-Fi, just to let you know. So to get back to the printer, to get back to the main screen, you click the arrow button, and you click it again, and you click it again, and then it'll take you right back to the screen. You can't do a copy, as we said, because when you hit the button on here to copy, you're going to get that error message, okay? It says right over here, you need to replace the following ink cartridges: black, yellow, and magenta, okay? The cyan we know. And then when you click proceed, it'll tell you, you need to replace the ink cartridges to continue printing. It will not let you go further past that point. Now, if anybody who's knows about printers or Epsons or any printer, matter of fact, it doesn't have to be Epson. It could be HP or Brother. If the printer needs cartridges, it's not going to let you perform other tasks. If this had the cartridges, I could print out a test sheet. I could do a copy. I'm sure I could feed it through the document feeder. For some reason, it will not let me go any further than that. So I'm just going to click over here. No cancel printing, whatever. I get a little message over here that says canceling, okay? It wouldn't have mattered anyway because you can't print anyway, and if you did try to work around it, you're going to get the same error messages. There's nothing wrong with the printer, okay? The printer does work, okay? The only thing is you're going to need cartridges in order to get it to work, okay? Again, it's an all-in-one, okay? As you can see, it's got the top tray here. You put your scan sheet in here. Okay, you would put it on. The glass is nice and clean. I know there's certain things you can't see on the printer, unfortunately, because of the glare. The lighting in here is poor. But that's basically it. The tray, let me close this down because I don't want this to get broken here. Here's if you have a paper jam, you would open this up. I don't know if you can see that, folks. Okay, you would open this up here. You would take the jam out if you had a jam in there. Here's your paper tray. When it comes out in 3 tiers. You pop it out like this. I'll move it over here so again you can see it. Sorry, folks. And it comes out, like I said, in 3 tiers. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, and that pops out that way. Okay, everything is functional. It's good. Here's your tray. I got it on a rag, so the rag might be a little hard to pull out. I did have paper in there. I thought I can get it to do at least a test copy with the cyan, but again, it will not let me print whatsoever. So I'm going to take this paper out because there's no sense of sending this printer to the buyer with the paper in it because I need the paper. But anyway, that's what we got going on with this here. It is pretty clean. Like I said, overall, it is clean. It is a very well, it's been pretty well kept as far as I'm concerned. It does have minor little marks on it. For the most part, it is a really clean printer. Again, the lighting here is pretty dark in here. You really can't get a good visual on it, but it is pretty clean printer. I am including with this printer a USB printer cable, so you will have at least a cable to connect to your computer. Okay, all right. When you have to remove it, when you have a jam on your printer, on this printer here, I should say, you would squeeze these 2 things in here and pop out this tray here. Most likely, it might be in here, the jam, or it could be somewhere in there. Again, the printer is pretty clean in and out from what I see here. Everything is functional. Okay, you would pop it back in again. It's a nice clean printer. Again, there is no user manual. There is no user manual, and there is no original packaging included with this printer. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, let's see, let me just move it over here. In regards to the features on here, you do have the copy, scan, and fax. There is a little icon over here. Again, you can't see it because of the glare over here. When you click it on, you're going to get this here. It's going to tell you the printer name, Epson, wired LAN Wi-Fi status connection. Okay, you would click this on here if you want to make this Wi-Fi enable. Okay, and then it'll tell you details. If you click it on, it'll say Epson Connect status, Google Cloud Print status. It's got a whole bunch of little features there. Ethernet, yeah, it's got the Ethernet too. It's got an Ethernet cable on the back of it over here, folks, where you can insert an Ethernet cable back over here. Or is it over here? Okay, it's right, and here's the printer cable. It's right above it. Okay, I believe, and that's the phone line for your modem, if you're going to hook up to your telephone to, you know, do scans, I guess, or do, you know, modem if you want to make dial phone numbers. It does have a touch key here, you know, the number here, numerics here. Okay, you get your reset, your stop, start, black and white, and color, and it says over here precision core, whatever. Let me just see something over here, folks. It is Energy Star compliant, so it's got the Energy Star on it. Okay, and basically, this is what you're getting with the printer. This here lifts up here. You know, okay, so you have to get, I guess, if there's any, the paper comes out of here, whatever. I guess it goes in here and comes out there, or vice versa, whatever. The printer is a good printer, like I said. It works. Now, I just want to go over. I'm going to slide this little guy over here, and I'm going to click out. Well, I think you guys seen that it does scan. We're both looking at the same thing. What you see here with screen sharing. So what you see, what I see is what you're seeing. Hopefully, I'm going to click this out. I'm going to click this out as well. And as you know, again, you can see it. I have a Windows system. Just to recap, just want to show you one more time, folks, so you know what I'm talking about. You know, this ain't no smoke and mirrors here. I want, you know, I want to be upfront and honest with you, and I just want to show you that it does work. I'm going to go into System over here on the screen. Okay, this is all done live. This is not pre-recorded or anything. It's all done live. As you can see right here, it says Windows 10 Home. 2016, of course, whatever. The processor, this tells you a little bit about my computer. It's working off a 64-bit operating system. That's what this printer is doing. It's working off the system. The computer name is HP Pavilion, okay? Desktop computer. That's what we're working off. So now we go back over here. And again, one more time, I just want to show you, folks, device printers, okay? Here, you can see it right here in black and white. Well, in this here color. It says Epson Wi-Fi 2660. It is defined in my printer file location with all the other printers. This is the one, this is my printer here that I use for all my color. It's an all-in-one HP. And when I turn the other printer on, we'll click it on now, it's a brother. You'll see that will also connect. It should pop up somewhere along here. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, there it is. And that's my brother printer. See, when you plug it on, when you turn it on, the computer recognizes. So this is my brother printer. This is the one I use. It's HL2240. You could hear it in the background. So this is the printers I have right here. It's just the HP 25, 7520, and I had the Brother HL laser printer 2240. And that's basically it. So now I'm going to close out. As you could see, again, it does detect it. Okay, so we know that works. All right, we're going to close this window again. I just like to prove to my, the potential buyers that, what I'm showing you here is viable information, and it's done live, so there's no, anything going on funny here. Okay, so we got, the ink levels works. As you can see, it detected that. Okay, this printer here is connected to my HP. I have two USB ports connected to the front of it, so that is connected. Now I'm trying to find the ones over here. Okay, here we go. Now, what I like about the Epson 2, you could download the software. Now, here's what I recommend, folks. This is up to you. It's your computer. When you get it, it's your computer. You do what you want with it. Let me close this one down here. I don't need to keep that open here, so I want to make this a little bigger for you. Okay, when you go to Epson's website, you're going to see the computer. If you type in Google Epson Workforce WF2660, you're going to see your printer come up here. And it's going to say over here, if you can see it, folks, I'm just going to move this over scotch here. Okay, when you come to this window, it'll say drivers and utilities combo package. It's 151.99 megabytes. Download this. This is what I did. Now, if you still may be having any problems, you could always click on drivers, and you can reinstall drivers in case you need additional stuff. Let's say your scanner is not working. Say, hey, you know, I got that printer off the guy, but as you can see, it has the drivers and utility in the combo package up there. But let's say for some reason you say, hey, you know, this guy told me that the scanner works and it's not. Maybe because you didn't load the driver in there, you didn't load the scanner driver in there. And maybe the printer driver, if it's not printing, maybe you got to load the printer driver in. Again, you don't need to go out and buy. If you want to, you could get a manual if you want, but I don't think it's necessary because you could probably most likely get this information off the website itself. Here's another one for printer driver. Here's one for drivers and utility combo. That's the same one. Okay, so it replicates. It goes over here on the top and it goes on the bottom. Now here's for utilities. You have the Epson Creative Print app for Android. It's got some other things that you could, I guess, download. Okay, Event Manager utility, and then you got firmware. It's always good. It's always a good gesture to load the phone or firmware up into your computer. This way you have it. It'll be searching and stuff like that nature, and you might want to have that for, you know, just to keep your printer up to date. Excuse me for 1 second, folks. Okay. All right. So now this is what we got going on here, folks, and now you have an idea of what we got going on with the printer. Okay. So if you need any more additional information, you could always contact me at rjpasini@verizon.net. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. The software, like I said, this here I got over here off of Google. I did a Google search on here, and this is what I got. This is the information I got. And I'm sorry, I keep bouncing back and forth here. I have something going on here in the stove here, and I just don't want it to go back and forth. I'm sorry, folks, about that. I apologize. So anyway, here's the other thing I like about Epson. They have the user guide here. Now, if you go to this website here, you could do the product basics. You could see over here Wi-Fi. That's what I'm saying. If it doesn't have a manual, don't worry, because it's got it over here, the user guide, right? You could also watch videos. You could do, and it tells you print and scan. It tells you to connect, download the latest software. You might want to, you know, keep this on here. Now here's what I was talking about, the guide. Okay, the guide. Remember saying, well, I think I mentioned it in my other videos. It did. If you click this on, it'll come out to PDF. You click this on here. If you're a person like me, I like to have, you know, the guide. I like to have guides to the items I'm using. So here's the Windows. I'm sorry, folks. Let me just go up here instead of talking to a bottom here. You can see over here the Windows 2660 user guide for this here. So if you look over here, you got to give it time to load up. My computer, even though it's a 64-bit, it's not the fastest. Maybe because I got too many things, I'm going to shut my printer off. And here, you can see right here, you got the book. I mean, I don't know about printing this up, because if you look to the top, it's 305 pages. So I don't know if I would definitely print that. That's a lot of, especially on a laser printer, that's a lot of stuff to print out. But if you're a person that just needs basic information, let's say you want to say changing the eco settings, you can go over here and click on that. And if you needed something, like, you know, you want to have it on, you could do it on your color. If you got a color printer, you could print out that one particular page, or just leave it on your computer and just go refer back and forth to it. But this is what I'm saying. You know, sometimes people, you know, potential buyers, they like to have everything with it: software installation disc and the user guides. And when you're buying a pre-owned printer, that's, especially, it's not yours. If this was mine, you would have the user guide, you would have the installation disc. But this is a pre-owned. It was picked up. You know, I bought it at a thrift store, and it was tested and worked. And that's why I do live videos, to show you that it does work. So yes, you might say, well, yeah, it would be nice if it had the user guide and installation. Again, yes, that would be nice in a real world. It'd be nice if we could have everything packaged like that, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So the next best thing to do is you go to the YouTube, or you go to their website. For example, look at here. I mean, I'm scrolling down here. It tells you things, you know, information about the back of the printer, the LAN port, US port, AC outlet, inlet, line port, X, and it goes on and on and on and on. 305 pages. To be honest with you, if this was like maybe a small amount of printing, you know, like it wasn't that much in pages, I could probably print something like that and give it to you guys. But you know what? It's a little too much, and then I'm using ink up and stuff like that, and you know, I use my printers very heavily because I do a lot of invoicing and I do a lot of packageless printing. So I really can't afford to do that. But again, you could go over here. This is their website. All I did to get this information, I went to Google. I typed in the printer. I typed in Epson Workforce W20, WR2660, and it's all the information I got. It's got the videos here, and again, it's got the. It also says operating system here. If you have a different operating system, you could scroll down here. Let me just move this up. You could scroll down here. Let's say you're saying, well, I'm using a Windows 7. Okay, so go to Windows 7. You go over here, and I guess when you download it, it'll give you the certain combo for that there, I would think. I don't know, but it's showing you Windows 7 32-bit. So, that's I guess what they're asking is your operating system, what you're using. Like I said, I'm using Windows 10. So for me, that wouldn't do me good. But you don't have to worry, folks. Like I said, go to, if you are using Windows 10, 64, 32-bit. Mine's a 64-bit. I downloaded this here for demo purposes to make sure everything does work. As far as, like I said, as far as the printing part, I couldn't do that there, but I did download this information on there. You might want to download this particular one here. Again, don't give up on it, folks. If you get it and you say, well, I tried, it doesn't work, most likely it's the way you're setting it up. It could be a system configuration. It could be something very minor. As you've seen, when I was trying to do the print from here, I was getting no communication error, communication error with the printer and my computer. But as you could see, when I worked around it, I'm not saying you're going to have to do that all the time, but when I worked around it, I was able to get the printer to scan. As you could see, this was a live scan, okay? So, it does work. The printer does work. When you get the cartridges, your choice in cartridges, you can get non-branded or you can get the branded ones. I use non-branded in my HP and my brother laser printer. I haven't bought branded cartridges in God, I don't know how long, maybe 10, 15 years. I've been always using non-branded ones. I buy pretty much from different vendors on the eBay. That's where I get them from. They're cheap, but they work. The only thing I will say, folks, if you are going to buy non-branded cartridges, make sure, and I can't specify this enough in a lot of videos, that when I do with videos with printers, make sure you get them with ink level chips in them, because if you don't, the printer is going to show, it's going to print, but it's not going to give you accurate level or ink level reads, because it's just going to show you lines. Like on my HP, I did that one time. I didn't know any better. I bought the cartridges from a vendor on there, on eBay, and it didn't have the ink level chips. And when I put them in, all I seen was all straight lines for the black, magenta, cyan, and the other color, the yellow. And I was like, wait a minute. These are supposed to be new, they're remanufactured cartridges. They should have ink in them, and I should see ink levels. They had no ink level chips. Make sure you get ink level chips. And one other last tip I just want to go over really quick. When I picked up my 7520 HP, that was pre-owned, used, but it was like brand new. That's why I had to get it. I ordered new cartridges, again, non-branded. They have a situation where when you get non-branded cartridges, in order for the computer, your printer to initialize them, you had to go through a couple of steps. Now, HP has a step where I did the information off of Google. I said, my printer is showing no print cartridges available. When they were in there, I just installed them. They tell you this little format thing to go through, and when that happens, they tell you to take out the print head, which on mine, I know how to do it. I'm not going to mess with this printer here, because, well, first of all, I'm not installing the cartridge. I'm just telling you, just giving you a heads up in case you do run into a situation like that. Don't panic or get nervous. It's going to work. Believe me. I've done it with my HP and my brother laser printer. Okay, and it worked. Because I had the same situation with the laser printer too. We did the same thing. That was a toner cartridges. These are ink cartridges. The toner cartridge is a lot bigger, and I had the same scenario. But they give you a format, how to, make the printer initialize the cartridge where it does work. I've done it for years and never had any problems with it. But anyway, HP tells you to take out the print head, clean the contacts, right? Reinsert the print cartridge, the print head back in, clean the contacts on the print cartridges, reinstall them, power it on. You still might get the error. Power it off, wait about a minute or so, power it back on. I think I had to do it 2 or 3 times, and then the printer initialized, and everything was fine. It worked great. Never had a problem with them. Okay. Now people say, well, why don't you just buy the regular HP branded ones and you won't have any problem at all? That's true, but did you ever see the prices of those printer cartridges? Toner, they're expensive, and if you do a lot of printing, you know, it could be costly. A toner cartridge for the Brother printer I have, from the last time I seen it, I could be wrong, was either $69 or $79 for it. Okay, they have the high yield toner cartridge where you get a lot of printing. You know, you get a lot of printing at. I am not going to spend $69 or $79 for a toner cartridge where I can get it off of eBay. I paid, I think, $15 for it, and the thing does the same thing. It's just it's a non-branded one, okay, and it works great. I've been running copies after copies after copies for my invoicing and my packaging list, and I had no problem. But anyway, folks, I don't want to keep talking about cartridges and stuff like that. You could do your research with that. All I'm saying is when you get the printer, if you are the lucky buyer of this printer, it does work, okay? And again, it is the HP, it's the Epson, I'm sorry, I just moved to print the thing over here. It is the Epson Workforce 2660. This is all I could tell you right now on it. When you open it up, let's see over here. Usually the print cartridges move. Well, let me see. Did I power it off here? Let's see what's going on with this here. Because it should move over. I think that moves when you're getting ready to change it. I think if it stays in you're not going to do anything with it. I think it just stays in a position that's behind. You know, just stays in a fixed position. But just to get back to that again, with the setup. Let's see over here, for example. Let me just see some here. I'm sorry, folks. I just want to see one thing here. Okay, well, I'm going to restore the faults on it, on the printer itself, on this here. Let me just close this up. I don't know if that's what's causing anything here. It has a thing where you could restore your default settings. So clear all data and settings. Okay, so I'm going to click this on here. And it gives you a message, clear all data, restore default settings. It may take several minutes, which I don't think it really does. It says processing, please wait. Do not turn the power off. And it's going to clear out all the data in there. Not that I had anything in it. I didn't have anything in it that was in there. And it says clear all data. It's acknowledging. Okay, it brings you back to the restore default setting menu. And again, it will take it from there. When the printer comes to changing the cartridges, let me just see something over here. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just trying to get to that point there where it'll show you about changing the printer cartridges here. Printer settings, auto connect. It's got PC connects to via USB. Okay, well that's what I'm saying. It's enabled. It's got a lot of little features in here, folks. You got to really read up on it. Or you could play around with the menu too, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. It'll get you where you got to be. It's not hard, believe me. It's not hard at all. But I don't want to go into it. The rest of this thing will be going on and on. Just remember, if you get the cartridges, if you don't want to play around with the settings I was just telling you about, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen with this printer, but I know my HP, when I bought non-branded ones, it happened like that. You can go to Staples, Office Max, depending where you are in part of your state, whatever store you have out there. Or my suggestion is you could order these cartridges off of eBay. Again, if you are ordering non-branded ones, just make sure you get the ink level chip. If you have any questions on this printer, folks, on the Epson Workforce 2660, please contact me. Don't hesitate. If I can answer any questions or help you out in any way, I'll do the best I can. Just contact me at rjpasini@verizon.net. If you felt this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see or what I do with the videos, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. But if not, that's fine too. But I hope this video helped. Thanks again for everything, folks. I'm sorry going on and on. I just want to do these demo videos and intro videos to help you guys out, the potential buyers, let you know what you're getting in advance. And that's basically it. That's it, guys. You have a great day, and thanks again for stopping by. Bye now.